So I don't know if I told you all this yet, but the home chat set is my kitchen. And my husband was just preparing lunch and now we're all starving. But with me is Brandon Hedgecock. He's with BH Home Inspection. When we make an offer and you go under contract as a buyer, the first thing we're going to schedule for you is your home inspection. And Brandon is probably who we're going to call to do that home inspection for you. So Brandon, why is a home inspection important?
Because it may be one of your most expensive investments of your entire life. So why not protect that investment with a good detailed home inspection that covers all the different potential defects of the house, the health of the home as it sits today. So you can make a very good decision on saying, yes, this is my forever home or investment property.
That's right. So what are some of the things that you look at when you approach the home?
So first of all, looking at the home, especially in Georgia and South Carolina, is looking at the overall drainage of the property, the cladding, the roof. We will look at all structures from inside to outside, all the way down to the detail of a 70-something page report that will detail every section for you, from electrical to HVAC to attic to roof. As I said before, the exterior is the most important as far as I'm concerned because of the water issues that we have around these areas.
That's right. So you are looking at not just the major systems of the home that define a house as a house: roof, electrical, HVAC, windows, flooring. You're also looking at drainage issues and the lay of the land around the house, how much water may be collecting in the crawl space, where the water is being diverted around the house versus towards the house, things like that.
Yeah, most definitely. As much as we can. Each day is a little bit different. For instance, recently we had lots of rain, so it's very easy for a home inspector to be able to see those things. But we still look at those things even on days that are completely dry. It's a day-to-day thing, but what we're doing is we're giving you a general overview of your home in its current condition as it sits.
Perfect. And then from there, on your home inspection report, like Brandon says, Brandon delivers a 70-something page report. But at the very top of that is the list of deficiencies, items in the home that you think warrant attention or warrant repair.
Yes.
And from there, we will develop, potentially, depending on the terms of your contract, a list of repairs that we may approach the seller to make on your behalf on the home, right?
Correct.
So what do you think, or in your experience, has been the most asked questions about the home inspection?
It's actually something I get asked quite often by plenty of realtors.
Right.
And it's actually completely across the board, and it really depends on the person that's buying the home. Some people have bought their fifth home. Some have never bought a home. The person that doesn't buy a home is going to get a different type of review with me and a little different comments than someone else that's bought a home 10 times. They're going to need a little insight and everything else. But questions are so far across the board, from some things that I probably shouldn't say here and some things that are perfectly acceptable and normal.
Sure.
It's really across the board.
Do you have like a repair that comes up almost all the time?
Yeah, typically. A very simple thing is the suction line for your heat pump, the insulation around it, which is
almost every inspection we see that.
Yeah, which is very small and inconsequential, really. When you look at it, but really it creates a lot of moisture issues and everything else on the exterior home. That and some flashing issues, and there's always drainage concerns are the number ones. But I
feel like we see exterior door and frame wood rot come up quite a bit too.
Almost every house, probably over 10 years old, if it doesn't have a covered porch or a covered patio, will have that kind of issue.
Okay.
Typically.
So as a home inspector who is looking at probably a minimum of 2 homes a day in detail, would there be one or two things that you could pass on to sellers, say sellers that are thinking of listing their home, you know, in the near future, a couple of things that you would pass on to them. Pay attention to this and pay attention to that. Are there a couple of things that you would pass on in that way?
Yeah, it's and it really comes down to very simple things. It's preventative maintenance items such as sealing your windows, your caulking around the windows, things like that on the exterior that keep water out, and making sure your major systems such as HVAC, electrical, things like that are looked over by someone in the trades field.
Yeah, yeah. And are there any smaller things? Like I feel like air filters, dirty air filters come up on every home inspection as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Change your air filters,
Yes.
y'all. Change your air filters.
Do because every home, almost I would say 9 out of 10 homes, I write up an air filter
Yeah.
needs to be replaced. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Brandon Hedgecock with BH Home Inspection. We use him pretty much exclusively on behalf of all of our buyers. He does a phenomenal job and he gives a great report that the buyer gets to walk away with. Thank you for joining us, Brandon.
You're very welcome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you for joining us again. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.